So the CCP put some of the spies, trained spies, few of them on the ground, and they started recruiting other students because a lot of students are naive. They don't believe, they don't know what's going on. Okay. So they're thinking, oh, this is Chinese. They speak Chinese. It must be nice. So, so they fall those traps, and not only just the Chinese students, but overall, these are the grooming grounds for potential spies. Okay, so they recruit and they cultivate through that CSSA, but on top of it, they actually working to purchasing those people who are in decision-making positions. Deans, remember the Harvard chemical dean was recruited by the Southern Talent Program. Remember, I think his name, he was indicted, Charles Lieber, right? And he was actually paid by the Chinese Communist Party, by Chinese University. He was hired and offered a full year salary as a professor, but he only has to work for the university maybe for a month or a couple of weeks in a year. So these are the Southern Talent Program to basically hiring those decision-making faculty members. Okay. And also on top of it, as I mentioned, if you look at Yale, and I give you the number of Harvard is very similar to Yale. If you're looking at their total assets on the balance sheets, the total assets of Harvard is $72.6 billion. And guess what's the percentage of their money invested in publicly traded securities or other security? What's the percentage?
About 84 or 85% too.
Yeah, you're very close. They're 81.3. So that means there's $59 billion of United States dollars are invested in publicly traded securities or other securities. So no wonder people saying they're no longer a university, they're a hedge fund. So what happens if people worship the place is supposed to basically look at their coat of arms, right? Yale is saying light and truth, right? It's called, it's a Latin word. I'm not pronouncing it right. It's called Luxet Veritas. So that means light and truth. That's coat of arms for Yale, but for Harvard, it's also about truth, right? Veritas. It's their coat of arms, written on their coat of arms, but they're no longer pursuing truth and wisdom. They are actually, because they're financially connected and rewarded by those evil CCP and globalists, because I bet you they all invested in those things. And because we don't know the disclosure, but if we know, but it's wrong for nonprofits getting the tax exemptions, not paying tax, but having this amount of assets are actually invested, in those globalist ventures. So that's something I want American viewers to think about. Can you call them an education institution anymore? Or are they in the business of hedge fund investment or investment fund?